Oh, trust me, you do not want to go in there. But anyway, hey friends, and welcome back to Peculiar Potions, where we now have both food and shelter. When we left off making the Melon Meadow, I realized how that could be expanded into a large layered multi-farm, with the same mountain stream helping hydrate all the crops. But where does that stream lead? Perhaps it's a river through the mountain, maybe a lake, something that gives it proper direction. But before that, we want beetroot for our multi-farm, and I just so happen to know where to get some. So let's rest up for the night and head out on a new adventure. There we go, nice and early. Yeah, I kind of like being able to like look out the window and see the stream leading into the farm setup. So yeah, we'll go and get some of that other crop. Yeah, so I don't actually yet have any beetroot, but I do know who does. And I do know who was also looking for cactus. So I'm gonna go ahead and steal some beetroot and deliver a cactus is what I think I'm gonna do. That sounds like a fair deal. It's funny, Carvia was telling me that that he had a oh look, another bit of water here. That he actually had a wandering trader come through that had cactus, but he didn't think he'd need it at the time and thought that cactus would be pretty easy to get. But oh, there's a bee. There's a bee? But fun fact about this seed, which if anyone wants it, there you go. Fun fact about this seed, the nearest desert is like between the 2nd and 3rd stronghold ring, like away from spawn. So for whatever reason on this weird seed, deserts are very, very, very far. So it seems like cactus might become a little bit of a luxury thing to grow, and I very much lucked out getting that wandering trader Dudo coming on through here. Now, it's been a little while since I've gone to Carvia's base, so I really hope I remember the direction to it. I should, hopefully, just in case of baddies, I'm going to put on the shield. Probably not a bad idea. We have the sword and shield. But I'm fairly... Oh! There's a beehive here, there's a beehive here. I don't see any bees, though. I'd very much like to get some bees at some point. Oh, here's a bee, and another beehive. Oh, beehive. Oh. Bunnies are new since the last time I played this game. Oh my good gracious. Was this one of the ledges I ran along during the exploration sequence during the first episode? I think it might be. Oh, hi. I never actually properly took the time to, you know, really look around in it, though. I was just kind of content running past. Yeah, the whole Caves and Cliffs update in general is certainly... It's certainly something, I do have to say. So I think his place is somewhere over here. Crunch, 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 munch, munch, munch. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh my goodness, he's developed a decent bit, hasn't he? There's a campfire that I actually built a while back. Ah! There was this one time I was visiting him and I built him a little campsite. It's got bamboo. We have bamboo at home as well. Yeah, we got the little campfire over here that I set up. What is this room? Oh, this is his enchanting room. Doesn't have all the bookshelves that it could, I don't think. I think you need like 15 for maxing out. That's what we have back at the island. Got a bunch of sugarcane down here. I didn't bring sand. I'm just now realizing if I'm gonna give him a cactus. What if I just plant it like right in his house or something? I'll just take one of these. Don't mind me. Yoink! I'm sure he won't mind. So I think his beetroot would be somewhere over there, I believe. Most likely. He's got a lightning rod. Oh. What the hell? Hi? Hi. It's another portal. At some point, we're gonna have to set up another portal properly over on the mountain, the hideaway there. It'll probably be a while before we do, though. Oh my good gracious, what has he been doing here? Oh, I should have brought my pumpkins if I realized he had, like, traders here. And whatnot, or villagers. I should totally mooch off of his villagers to get emeralds and such. Maybe. Another thing that I'll need to get myself at some point. Oh, he can give me glowstone! Oh! Cool! I can use that on the house. Because I hate having the torches on the roof of the house. It's so ugly. I like having the look of like the snow coating it and stuff. So, if these guys will, you know, take other stuff I have for, and you can give lapis as well, Seems like I wasn't the only one that had an encounter with these kinds of dudos. What the heck is gilded blackstone? There's a lot of magma blocks. My goodness, I'm just gonna have a little look-see it. I'm just gonna have a little bit of a peek. There's one in here? What the hell? Unless it's the same one. Is it gonna go through again? Oh my. It's the first real time that I'm seeing the new nether, and so what has he done here? Huh. Interesting. What are these sounds I'm hearing? We'll come back here like properly not through this portal. We'll make our own portal at some point. We'll eventually make our own portal. I can't believe you came through the portal. I don't know what that was I just heard. So there's 2 of them, and what? How many are there? There's so much more than 2 then. It's got this little bridge and underneath fishing spot. Got a nice fountain area and such with bamboo. So I'm fairly certain his main farm is up there. There's a jukebox. That's pretty nice. So yeah, he's got wheat here. And then I believe he has some beetroot. I think that's what that is, right? This isn't even tilled. Oh, I guess because like a melon would grow onto there, I suppose. So let's see here. I'm fairly certain that's what beetroot. Ah! Aha! And then replant it. Like that. Aha! We now have beetroot seeds. You only had like the 2 blocks here, so I didn't get as many beetroot seeds from this little chance encounter as I kind of hoped I would, but it is what it is, I suppose. So, I'm taking his beetroot, and in return, I'll give him a cactus, and I'll just put it, like, in his house, I guess. Bam! There we go. I know he was looking for cactus, so there we go. Sounds like a fair, non-consensual deal to me. Alright, it's time to head back to Harmonia's hideaway out in the mountains. Okay, so my mountain is right over there, so, you know, it's close. It is definitely a close trip. Ow! But you stop. It only takes 2 jumping hits with the axe, and this is an iron sword with sharpness 1. Right now, there's not a massive ton of reasons to venture out outside of the mountains now. Oh, jeez. Oh, my good gracious. With the food situation sorted out and having shelter, and I was blocking, I swear! Now that we have, you know, a lot of things figured out, we should be very self-sustaining. But, you know, there are also other nice things out there, like the villagers that I might, you know, mooch. Come on! Uh-oh. I'm going to die here. Oh my goodness gracious, could you not? I could make some armor at some point. I don't usually wear a whole lot of armor in Minecraft. I'm only wearing the leather boots because of the snow. But I'm not typically a person that puts on a whole lot of armor. Maybe I should change that. Oh, hi, friends. Let's get home. Let's get home. Let's get home. Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like maybe melons aren't the best option for, like, our main food source. I heard that, like, out of, like, the basic crops without involving any cooking, apparently carrots are, like, one of the best options. Apparently. Maybe we'll start living off of carrots instead of melons. Maybe. Maybe Melon Meadows was a failure and it's gonna become Carrot Meadows or something. Oh my goodness gracious. The Wandering Trader is still here. He dropped one of his leads! What? Can I has? He dropped both of them! Where'd he go? I hear him. I have no idea where he is though. He just gave me his leads. Is this him? This is him. Uh-huh. Yeah, you know what? Plans have changed. I am going to expand this. We're gonna have this be like a large part of our crop situation just figured out in one fell swoop is what I'm thinking here. If I might potentially wind up turning carrots into the main food source, so what would be like the easiest way to access it? Would it be from this level? Would it be from the bottommost level? Maybe it'd be from the bottommost level. So maybe I shouldn't fill this in complete. I don't even know anymore. Decisions, man. Alright, so right as I started this project, of course another wandering trader comes through right at that moment, incessant on stepping on my crops along with his llamas. He did wind up vanishing using one of those potions of invisibility, so I have no idea what happened to him, but he kind of left his llamas around, so I kind of had to take them away a couple times because they keep on stepping on my crops that I need to fix up. which were also replaced with pumpkins here, since I did decide that I was going to have just the one row of melons, and then a row of pumpkins, and then we have rows of other things. The thunderstorm was not the best of situations. The lightning strikes were a little bit worrisome. We may potentially make a lightning rod way down the line. Not quite sure when that would be, but we'll figure it out for some time in the future. So I wanted to expand this same farm, use this same design to make more rows with other things like carrots, potatoes, and beetroot. It would be really neat things to see. So I just continue with the same channel design all the way down here. From above view, you can see exactly what dimensions I'm doing here, and you can also see how I messed up the dimensions because I failed to account for that like cobblestone line on the current pumpkin patch. So it's only later that I realized that the middle row is just going to be 1 block wider, so whoops. And of course Zeus just had a personal grudge against me or something because they decided to freaking sneeze on me while I was putting down my cobblestone there, so that kind of sucked. But at least it didn't do any significant damage. Now, I was ready to let the water through to actually flow down here, which would eventually lead into what we were going to build at the bottom here. So continuing with the same lantern design to keep things nice and lit here. Had to take the pumpkins out of here because I was going to replace it with something else. I temporarily put down some beetroot and used some bone meal to get more beetroot seeds since I only had the couple from Carvia. And this is where I realized, whoops, the middle is 1 block wider. So I decided that like whatever's in the middle there should probably be like my main food source. So later when I started filling this in, I started filling it in with carrots. So this is still symmetrical. It's the very middlemost one that's wider, unfortunately, but it's still symmetrical, so it worked out. So we had beetroot at the bottom, potatoes on the second lowest level, and then finally carrots on the like freaking super major wide thingamabob. Now at the bottom, I was originally thinking of potentially making like a river through here, but where would it lead to? Would I have to make like a crazy channel that goes all the way through the mountain or something like that? Like where would it lead to? I feel like I wouldn't have the creativity to be able to do that. So I instead settled on making a lake. So my original plans around here was to make this whole area into like a courtyard, but plans have changed. My plans have changed, and now I'm suddenly regretting flattening out this area as much as I did. Though maybe it's not too big a deal, because it helps me make a solid body of water, and then I could just dig out whatever I wanted. So part of the reason that I want a lake, there's a couple of reasons. One, I thought that it might make a really cool kind of centerpiece to this whole mountain hideaway. A nice lake right in the center to help bring some life to the area. As well, a lot of the inspiration for a lot of the things that, well, not for a lot of the things I build in this series, but more so the way that I build them, is from me playing Roller Coaster Tycoon back in the day, where I very much like compacted things a whole lot. Like you can see from the farm setup where we dug it kind of into the side of the mountain a little bit. I very much like compacting things and having like dedicated areas for things and planning it out in those kinds of ways. So when I thought of Roller Coaster Tycoon, one of the places that I thought of was Leafy Lake, which is actually one of the first scenarios in the first Roller Coaster Tycoon game, which I remember I got from a cereal box way back in the day, and that was the first PC game I ever played that I got really into. So as a bit of a nod to a game that really helped inspire my creativity back in the day and my fascination with game design, I decided I'd make my own Leafy Lake right here in the center of the hideaway. Now, in Roller Coaster Tycoon, Leafy Lake was the third scenario, so this probably would have been most fitting and symbolic had I made Leafy Lake here in episode 3 rather than episode 4 like this, but well, it's still early on in this series, it's close enough. Now, because there was now a big lake in the center here, that meant for easy access to get across, I would have to build a bridge. Something where I can just easily run across it without having to like swim or go around the whole thing each time. So I elected for this design with the spruce logs. I'll probably be using a lot of spruce in a lot of builds around here. I really like the color and look of the, I can't words today. I really like the color and look of the spruce logs and the spruce wood. We might potentially go for similar things with dark oak sometime in the future when we get access to that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever built a bridge in Minecraft before. I straight up don't think I have. So I was experimenting with like a couple slab designs there for a little while, but eventually just went for like fully upside down stairs along the whole underside. I did also want the bridge to branch off and connect to the farm here. And I couldn't quite decide on how I wanted this formed for a little while, but eventually I got to a design that I liked, with the center being the 1 block and then having like the 2 blocks on either side, so there's still symmetry there. I did think about having another branch go off to the other side, but I decided I would leave this open. This would be like our big open lake space that we could use primarily for fishing. For a fence design here, I didn't just want fencing across, so I adopted this design with both the fences and the stairs to have it be a bit more staggered, and use these lamps, or use these lanterns. Why do I keep calling them lamps? Use these lanterns to give some light to this bridge and make it feel like, hey, this is a nice, cool, welcoming bridge to go across, and it'd look especially cool in the nighttime. So with some of my stuff starting to grow, I was able to harvest some of it to replant more of it and be able to expand the fields here. Now, I didn't want this big gash in the ground, kind of similar to the big cave that we have on the other side. So this too I needed to make into doors. I'd harvest that gravel for later pathing during future builds, and I still hadn't decided on what I want to do with this area. It could potentially be an underground storeroom for a lot of crop-related stuff, but if I do decide to do something with it, that'll be something for later. That would be a project for a later day. We have the option open and available to us now, with 2 convenient doors to access both caves here. Heck, maybe I could even combine these 2 caves into one extra large space for a large storeroom. Now, trees are the kinds of things I'd only want to plant down when an area is like for sure done. That I know I can for sure plant a tree there without it being in the way of any future builds. But I don't think I'd be building anything super duper close to the lake, so I figured it'd be fair game to start decorating some stuff around the lake and put some spruce trees around the house as well. You did see a bit earlier there down at the lake shore, I had to get a little bit creative with making a taller tree where I would stack up a couple tiles of dirt, as you see me doing here a decent bit as well, and then take out said dirt, and then I would just put more spruce logs to make the tree artificially taller in a way, so it still looks natural, but it would go higher than it normally would under normal circumstances. So as this homage to a game that very much inspired me to get creative way back in the day, we are finally decorating up our leafy lake here, having it look a little bit more natural and nice and developed with these trees here. I developed a little smidge of a path here using a mix of some cobblestone stairs, some tilled ground, and there we go, the project is complete. So coming out of the cozy cabin here, we now actually have some greenery around us as we come down the stairs with these trees here. We have the massive multi-farm to the right there for whatever foodstuffs we may want, as we make our way across the bridge here, which is very cozy and welcoming during the night. We also now have a fishing spot and a nice, cool, relaxing place with the lake here. And the narrative here is that this lake is being fed its water from this river flowing from the mountainside, which we are also using to our advantage to help sustain us around here. It's what gives us life. You could say that the stream and river here gives life to the whole area, both on a thematic scale and on a literal scale. It's with the combination of everything here working perfectly together that we're able to comfortably live here in the hideaway. And with that, the leafy lake and centerpiece to this whole area was finally complete. Well, that sure was one heck of an undertaking, both over the course of last episode and this episode, because we kind of started the project with Melon Meadows last episode, and it was only after doing that that I decided that it was going to become more ambitious than that, since the original plan was to just have a, meadow of melons. But the project expanded, and now here we are. We have a lake. This was not a plan when we first started. This is just one of those things where I looked at the area and I was like, oh my goodness. This would actually make for a pretty cool lake. So we now have our crazy multi-farm. Like, the one kind of main crop that'd be planted like this that isn't here is wheat, since we'll have like a separate area for that some point later. We'll have some golden fields somewhere. But look at this, we have a lake in the middle of the mountains and all kinds of crops. So many kinds of crops. There's so much food to partake in over here. Also, so many melons have grown in over here. Also, now that we're finally putting some trees around, it's like it's finally giving some life to this area, Let's see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get some more beetroot. We might potentially be able to completely fill out this area now, is what we may well be able to. We may well have the technology. We may well have enough beetroot, and that'd be very, very nice. So I'll have a look-see here if that's a thing I can do. Like, I assume with, like, future harvest, we'll probably wait until, like, the entire area is harvestable, and then just, like, run through bashing stuff and, replanting it, and everything will be great. Look at that! I kind of want to put a lantern around here. I'm almost out of iron from all the lanterns we put around here, but that's neither here nor there. Look at this! Also, my inventory is a bit of a bit of a mess right now. Beetroot. How about we bunch some beetroot for a little while? That could be nice. We have so much foods. Yeah, the food situation is now more than sorted out. Like, we technically sorted out the food situation last episode with the melons, but now the food situation is like extra sorted out. What I imagine is a harvest would just look something like this, maybe. Oh my good gracious. My good gracious. It looks something like that. Obviously, not all these are fully gosh darn it, what did I do here? So many carrots, holy crap. Yeah, the food situation is, it's sorted. It is definitely more than sorted. I still feel a little bit bad that, you know, this middle area is bigger than the other ones. That was a bit of a mistake. Oh my good gracious. But oh well. We can, maybe we can start living off of carrots or something. I don't know. It's an idea. Oh my good gracious. That is a whole lot of carrots. That is a whole lot of carrots right there. We have our pumpkins, we have our melons. I quite like the way that this turned out. So if we start up here, so we have the stream from up in the mountains here where the water's coming down from, which flows through here for our little garden waterfall that goes through the secret channel all the way down these a ways. Oh, I need to be careful not to step on my crops like that. Excuse me? Hello? Do you mind? Do you maybe mind? I need to properly sort out these places at some point. I definitely need to do that. But oh, I missed a spot. Whoops. That's a mistake there. So I should just, yeah, I can even go down this way without breaking the crops as long as I'm not going too fast. Yeah, I quite like the way this turned out. And now that we have this lake here, we've also sorted out another potential issue that I thought was going to become its own future episode, but I guess pranked. It's a thing that's sorted out now. We now have access to fishing. I don't know how much fishing I ever want to do. I know that you can get some spicy things potentially from fishing if you're willing to just sit by the shore and you know, keep on fishing for a good while. So I should have some string. Yeah, let's see here. Let's make our first fishing rod. How about? Boopity bop. Yeah, fishing rod. We can do some fishing here. That was one of those things that, like, I thought that maybe we wouldn't be able to do with the area that we have here. But now with this new setup here, we now have a shoreline and we should be able to do some fishing. I haven't fished in Minecraft in 3,000 years. I assume it's still like the same old rules of wait for the bobber to go down. Woo! Woo! Our AcousticHarmonia made the advancement fishy business. We got a salmon. Okay, it just took a while is all it was. Also, with how long this actually took to make here, it is now late at, oh my goodness, I did not look at the time until now. It's 3 in the morning. Wow. Time sure flies. Anyway, because it's late at night, we have a doggy in the back of the room. So I guess I could turn on the doggy cam. I don't think we've had the doggy cam on at any point during this series. So let's have the doggy cam on. Yeah, let's do a little spot of fishing. I got a tropical fish apparently. Yeah. So we now have access to fish within our little mountain hideaway here. Something that I didn't think we'd get. At least not like in a nice looking way. Like you could always set up like some really ugly looking man-made body of water, I guess, and do some fishing in that. Oh. Just for the purposes of fishing. But we have a real lake here. We have our Leafy Lake. Our nice, merry place to be. Maybe merry is not the best describing word. Our nice, quaint, relaxing place to be. That's a better way to put it. Oh, another fish. Aha! Getting all kinds of fish here. Look at this. We got salmon, cod, tropical fish. We're getting all kinds of things. Yeah, I'm debating about potentially elevating these. Also, now that we have access to crops, oh, there's a carrot that's just chilling there, or a few carrots, I suppose. Now that we have access to crops here, I might just run down this line and see what I can do with this, because these are like mostly done, I suppose. Now that we have access to these crops, I know that those traders over at Carvia's base had some trades that I could do. I could get some emeralds for, gosh darn it, for trading some of these types of crops. So, also this is what this chest is looking like now. Oh my good gracious. Well, I'll sort this out later, is what I'll do. Since I can get emeralds from those villagers over at Carvia's base, and apparently one of them I know trades for glowstone, I wouldn't mind bringing some crops to that one dudo and seeing if I can get some glowstone to put on the roof. Because right now we still have that like hella ugly torches on the roof thingamabob to keep mobs from spawning up there. But I don't know if glowstone exudes heat. I don't know if it would get covered by snow. I wouldn't have to worry about that if I put like a trapdoor or something like that on top. Is this literally a... Was this exactly a stack of stuff that I have here? Because that is... I did not design it with that in mind. I just designed it with this interesting two streams thingamabob in mind. But maybe it is. Maybe I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention when I actually put things together here. Yeah, this is not how I was originally planning on developing this area. My original plan actually involved, like, filling this all in with dirt as we started the last time. And potentially making, like, a courtyard or something like that. And then we'd have, like, farm over here. And then, you know, other facilities in other places. Like, we'll still have other facilities along the sides. I wouldn't mind replacing, like, one of these shores with sand or something like that. I have no sand right now. I'm out. So... I definitely can't be doing that right now. But at some point, I would like to get sand at, like, one of these shores. Maybe over there and actually have, like, a proper dedicated beach area. And then maybe make, like, a campground or something like that in one of those areas. It's definitely something that I'll think about for sure. I'll definitely... Whoa, think about that. That was more of a drop than I had hoped. I feel like we're very established here now, though, so the next step might be actually acquiring, like, resources, so we may potentially wind up setting up a mine, is what I'm thinking, so we can actually have access to resources, to mining mineral resources, that is. So yeah, we only have, like, a small smidge developed. How I'm playing this so far kind of reminds me of how I play Roller Coaster Tycoon, where it's like, you know, some people might spread out to, like, the whole area, developing things over, like, the whole area and slowly building it up. I, like, develop stuff all the way that I want it developed in, like, a certain, like, smidge, and then I branch out that smidge and so on and so forth. Anybody that's watched me play, like, Planet Coaster on the channel knows this about me. That's the thing I do. I guess it's not fully developed because I don't have glowstone on the roof yet, but it's because I didn't have access to it at the time. We do always have the option of, like, turning one of these myriad caves into that. Like, this could become a mine shaft. This could become a mine shaft. The upper thingamabob up there that we initially came out of can become a mine shaft, which I am honestly curious what this looks like from there now. Like, we could always explore further into one of these areas and turn it into a mine shaft. This kind of turns that way, so maybe not this one, because I probably want it to be going, like, largely straight down and such. I'm gonna have a quick look-see down here, because is this what I think it is? Hold on a hot ticker. Let me just light this up a smidge. There's no way that's what I think it might be.
Boom!
Whoa! Hi, everybody. Anything happened today?
Ah!
Boom!
Oh my, where's my shield? Oh my goodness. Holy crap. That, okay, I think that's a dungeon, and from the sounds, I assume that it's a zombie dungeon, but like, oh, I just had a heart attack. Why are there so many sounds? Hold on. Oh, my heart. My poor heart. Oh, hold on. Let's just make Gotham a little safer really quickly. Oh my good gracious. You wanna maybe not? How about? Oh, yeah, if we establish a mine, we can get, like, materials and stuff, and we can make things like an enchanting table so I can enchant my own stuff instead of, you know, having the, little smidges of stuff from the Hive and Vine Island. It seems like there's a lot of stuff to potentially go through around here. Oh, I was not expecting that. I thought this just ended with, like, this bit over here. I misread the area. This bit over here is why I thought this, like, smidge ended with earlier. But no, there was freaking baddies around here. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hold on, just a second here. Is it just these? I hope it's just those. This is not the best way to go through there. This has got to be like a zombie dungeon, right? This has to be. I think it is? It's a dungeon? That's a zombie dungeon. I hear more zombos. Is the thing. It sounds like they're all around me and such. Is what it sounds like. We could turn this into like an EXP farm. There's already like technically an infinite EXP farm over at near the Hive and Vine Island with the skeleton spawner we have there. And zombies don't really have that useful of drops. Like they have it's just the rotten flesh, and you can get a lot better drops from the skeletons anyway with like the bones and arrows and such, so this might not be too particularly useful for that. What's in the thingamabobs? There's a saddle. I don't have any space for things right now. There's a golden there's diamond horse armor. There's melons. I already have melons. There's a whole lot of gunpowder. There's a name tag. I'll come back for this stuff later, methinks. We are going to have to do some adventuring out in the near future to obtain some other things. We have a whole lot of the crops. We still need dark oak, I believe. And there are some other potential crop types that might be nice to get. So we are going to need to do some more exploring to acquire some other things to keep in our area here. So we'll do that in the near future. I think mineshaft next, then exploring? Maybe? I haven't made up my mind yet. But yeah, let's say you come in through here. You've got the nice lake over here. We'll develop this into a bit of a better shore. Maybe set up a campsite? Maybe? It's an idea. It's an idea. Maybe. You can come across the bridge here. Going straight across brings you to the cozy cabin. You can also go this way to the crop fields where there's so many crops that, you know, anybody could just swing through here for a bite to eat if they want, I suppose. Yeah. And you come up this way, and then we actually make it to the dedicated cozy cabin. But yeah, we have the whole food situation sorted out, and we have a very nice little corner here developed. But what we don't yet have is actual materials and such. There's this few emeralds from before. I have a decent bit of coal and such. Yeah, we're lacking on that front. So mineshaft seems like it's going to be the next most important thing, because those materials are going to be very, very important for future projects. I straight up don't even think I can do another build without running out of lanterns, so without running out of iron for lanterns, so we definitely need a bunch of stuff there. But yeah, I'm liking the way that this has turned out thus far. Take that, grass block. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much for tuning in for another episode of Peculiar Potions. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Next time we'll be establishing a mineshaft, and until next time, take care and see ya.